Democrats are preparing a new line of attack against Republican candidate Rick Perry. As Texas governor in 2007, Perry signed an executive order requiring all girls in the state to be vaccinated against cervical cancer. A new investigation finds there is a financial connection between the governor and the maker of the vaccine. Michael Isikoff is the national investigative correspondent for NBC News. Michael, good morning. What'd you find out?
Good morning, Chris. Well, what we found out is there's a little more to that controversy over that vaccination order that Governor Perry signed then came up in the Republican debate last week. You may remember a couple of Perry's rivals, Senator Santorum and Congresswoman Bachmann, criticized him over the issue of financial rights. What they didn't bring up were these financial connections, in particular Merck, the manufacturer of the vaccine that was covered by that order, had just hired Mike Toomey, who was Governor Perry's former chief of staff, as its lobbyist in Austin. And it had also made $16,000. It paid Mr. Toomey somewhere between $235,000 and $535,000 over a four-year period. And it also made $16,000 in campaign contributions to Governor Perry in the 2.5 years before he signed that order. So this is what fueled the controversy in Texas and led to the Texas legislature overriding Governor Perry's executive order, although it didn't come up in the debate last week. I talked to a number of Democratic operatives last week who said front and center this will be a main line of attack against Governor Perry should he become the nominee.
Yeah, we're already hearing some of it. Let me play for you the comments of a couple of Republicans, like as you mentioned, Michael.
It is wrong for government, whether it's state or federal government, to impose on parents what they must do to inoculate their children.
I would expect this from President Obama. I would not expect this from someone who's calling himself a conservative governor.
It is fair to say this is out of character for a conservative Republican.
Right, exactly. And that's why the financial ties, which I mentioned, do stand out, because it's not something you would have expected Governor Perry to do. Then when you see the other part of the story, that Mike Toomey, his close political confidant, was the lobbyist for the drug company, it begins to fit more into what critics say is part of a pattern in Governor Perry's administration, and that is what they call crony capitalism. Now, I should point out Governor Perry has defended himself on this, although he has apologized for the executive order and said he didn't do it in the right way. His goal was to save lives in Texas.
Yeah, he said he would always err on the side of saving lives. But we'll see how big a campaign issue this becomes. Michael Isikoff, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.